All right, it's time right now for charting futures, and Abigail Doolittle is here on another day with record highs for stocks, but a divergence to the downside for commodities. Abigail?
Well, Romaine, it really is pretty interesting because, of course, we do have this phase one trade deal signing between the U.S. and China. We have stocks at all-time highs. So certainly not a sell the news moment, even if investors wanted a little bit more. But where traders and investors may have wanted more commodities. Take a look at the Bloomberg Commodity Index, down about 0.4%. So not a huge decline. New York crude and copper down just slightly. China is, of course, the world's biggest user of natural resources. And the details there are not so strong, especially for crops. You can see soybeans down 1.4%. However, where we have a shining bright spot in the commodity complex, let's take a look at platinum. This is a two-day chart that we have here, up 4.4% at the highs. At that point, on pace for its best day since 2012. Right now, at the highest level since 2017. It's hard to know what's driving this. There really isn't any news out on platinum, but it is often considered to be a haven asset. So you could say that some of the smart early traders out there perhaps are looking for some safety, even as we have stocks at these record highs. To talk more about this, I'd like to bring in Rick Bensignor of the Bensignor Group. And you're also, of course, a former chief investment officer at strategist at Morgan Stanley.
Right.
Happy to have you here.
Thanks,
so what do you
Abigail.
think about that? Huge move up.
So as you said, no news on platinum today. Market's up 4%.
Traders are seeing something. They don't buy something like that
Clearly.
best day in 8 years for no reason.
This is why we focus on the behavioral side of the market. And if you look at what's going on today, you're actually seeing a breakout from the downtrend line from all-time highs. It came in right around 1,000. We stalled there earlier a month ago. We pulled back, we've come back, we pulled, and today we explode through.
So let's put this in the context of a longer-term chart and talk to us how much higher you think that we could, in fact, see platinum go.
So as we get to this chart, you can see we're just kind of breaking out here.
The beginning of a breakout.
Beginning of the breakout.
When you get in on something.
You can see there's some prior highs here where we could run into some resistance a little higher. But if this breaks out more, you're talking about 1140 as the first stop and 1330 afterwards. So I think platinum has 10 to 30% to go before it's really going to run into some trouble, some long-term resistance, but the move now is to the upside.
And its history certainly suggests that there's quite a bit of upside. $2,200 per troy ounce, or actually 23 it looks like. So let's now bring in gold into the conversation, take a look at the gold to platinum ratio, because it also suggests that we could see some more strength for platinum in the near term.
So if you go back here in 2012, gold had shot above a 1-to-1 ratio with platinum, but it pulled back down. But then in 2015, it broke out to the upside, and you can see it never got back beneath that roughly 1.15 level, and it exploded as far as almost 1.8.
Really dominating.
Really dominating. So platinum had always been the most precious of precious metals. Since 2015, gold took its place. 6 months ago, palladium took gold's place because it's now over $2,000 an ounce. But if you're seeing a shift between platinum and gold, now potentially in favor of platinum, I think you want to think about if you're going to pick a precious metal to be long.
Time to take a look at platinum.
Exactly.
Rick Bensignor of the Bensignor Group, thank you so much for joining us for charting futures and sharing your trading strategy.